So when I tell someone that I'm a dog walker, about 90% of people will go, I would love that job, it sounds so amazing. And I'm like, yeah, sure, it has its perks, but like every job, it also has its faults too. So I am here today to tell you the truth behind being a dog walker. I have been dog walking now for about 3.5 years, so I've got a little bit of experience. But please just note that this is just my opinion, these are just from my experiences. So number one is a little bit controversial because it's the biggest benefit of the job, which is working with dogs. But it also has its faults, which is working with dogs. Let me explain. So don't get me wrong, I love dogs. I got my own dog. I just love them. I always have. Well, actually I didn't when I was younger. I was chased by a Westie and bitten. So, but other than that time, I love dogs. But you're not working with people. And this is where it gets a little bit difficult. Being a dog walker is one of the best jobs that I have ever had. The other job that second best to that was when I worked at Marks and Spencer's. Not because of the actual job itself, but because of the people working there. So I would go in every shift and be like, alright Angela, how you doing? Hey blue trousers, how's it going mate? And there'd just be like a little bit of banter and we all kind of became a nice little family and it was really lovely. However, when you're a dog walker, unfortunately, you don't get that. So this is like diving straight in at the deep end of this, is because if you saw my social anxiety video, I will link it above here or link it down below if you haven't watched that yet. But being a dog walker has increased my social anxiety a lot because I'm not interacting with people every single day. Sure, I'll see my customers, but it's not the same thing as if you're working in retail, which is one of the reasons why I'm thinking, should I go back into retail? The only interaction you have is briefly with customers or with dogs, which is fine, you know, dogs are great, but it's a little bit difficult to have a conversation with them. I'm not saying that I haven't had a conversation with a dog, because I have many times. So just bear that in mind. If you're ever thinking of becoming a dog walker, then you will be working on your own a lot, which I didn't mind to begin with. I was quite excited to do that to begin with. But, you know, 3.5 years down the line, I'm like, I kind of wish there was someone else here. Number two is a little bit controversial as well, because it's being self-employed, which is great. I love being self-employed, but being self-employed means that you have to be your own accountant, you have to do your own tax returns and do your own invoices and all of that malarkey. Also with being self-employed, it means that if I am unwell and I can't work, that means you don't get paid, which is really difficult for someone who's got a chronic condition like cystic fibrosis. And then there's also inconsistent pay. For example, summer holidays. People go on holiday. Some people are teachers and they have the summer holidays off, so it's a little bit up and down. One month might be a really good month and then the next might just be a little bit different. Number three is expenses. You got to think about petrol and the wear and tear of your car. I now only keep my dogs to quite a close proximity to where I live, because when I first started, I was driving all over the place. You know, I was doing 10 miles here, 10 miles there. It got to a point where I totaled it up and I was actually making £3.50 for doing a half-hour walk instead of £7.50. The other expenses include, but not limited to, pet insurance, your security check, which is only a one-off payment, but it's still a payment nonetheless. You got your walking boots, walking trousers, waterproof coats. You got all of these things that you got to think about and that come out of your own pocket. Number four kind of relates back to being self-employed because it's about being ill. Like, if I come down with a cold, the last thing that I want to do is, you know, go and walk someone's dog in the freezing cold, wet and rain, wind and snow and heat wave. Whatever. That doesn't make sense, does it? Nope. So I really struggle when I come down with something and I'm like, oh my god, I have to go and walk someone's dog now and I feel like crap and my body just needs to rest, but obviously it can't. So that's number four. Let's move on to number five. Number five is an increase in anxiety. For me, anyway. Letting dogs off a lead. If their recall is alright, then it's okay. But if their recall is a little bit iffy, then I'm a very anxious mess. I'm like, where are you going? Come back now. I'm not that bad, but that's what happens in my brain. Only 2 dogs have run away from me before, and it was the most horriblest experience of my life. So those kind of experiences has increased my anxiety a lot. Of course, there are always dogs who don't want to walk, which kind of makes my life as a dog walker really difficult. You're like, come on, and they're like, nope. I'm like, come on, it's okay, I got treats. And they're like, nope. And then there are other dogs who like to pull your arm off. So number 6 is feeling unsafe. And this kind of leads off the back of increased anxiety, because there's some places I feel a little bit dodgy about, because maybe in the past I've been approached by some people and you're trying to think, are you being genuinely nice and just having a chat with me? Or are you actually a murderer and I'm never going to see my family again? So yeah, just because my brain's a little bit like of an overreactive sort of thing, and it's just like going 100 miles per hour, I'm like, am I safe? Is the dog safe? Are we okay here? So what I've been doing recently is I've been going onto WhatsApp and clicking the little plus button and then share my live location with my boyfriend. And you can do that for like 15 minutes or an hour or something like that. I always do it for an hour, and then he can see where I'm going for that hour. So it's a little bit of like a safeguard. Number 7 is house sitting. Being in an unfamiliar house is really tough when you're house sitting, even if you're just doing it for a couple of days or a couple of nights or whatever. I find it really difficult to do, and I always feel like I can't relax in someone else's house. Also, when you get offered the job of doing a house sit for someone, you don't know if it's a clean house or not. And I've been in houses before where they are a little bit of a tip and there's dust everywhere, and it's obviously not good for my chest. There have been some houses where I've had to come home just to have a shower because I couldn't shower in their shower. Oh no, 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 no. Number 8 is repetition. Repetition, that's not... Repetition. You know, doing the same walks every single day, Monday to Friday in the same place, can get a little bit repetitive. And I know you're probably thinking, why don't you just go to a new place, Kate? But again, it's like unfamiliar grounds. I don't know what my boundaries are. Am I close to a road? Am I close to water? You know, all of these sorts of things. So doing the same sort of walks every single day does get a little bit repetitive. Also, does anyone else find this? If, say, for example, you're doing a 30-minute walk, logically, if you walk 15 minutes in one direction, you should stop and then turn around and walk 15 minutes in the other direction, and then there's your half an hour. But no, that's not how it goes with dog walking. You walk 15 minutes in one direction and you walk back in 5 minutes. And it's like, how does that work? It's always shorter when you're coming back. Number 9 is you gotta be prepared to clear up the poo and the sick. I have been into many dogs' houses and I've had to clear up both of those things. I never thought I'd say it, but I pretty much pick up poo for a living, don't I? Really, when you think about it. One time I had to shower a dog's bum because it was just covered in poo. Some days you have to pull poo out of a dog's bum. My job is great. Number 10 is the weather. Obviously, you're going to have to be walking in all kinds of weather, whether that's rain, whether that's snow, whether that's windy, snowy, rain. You got to be prepared for all of it. People always say to me when it's a lovely warm day outside, you're so lucky to have this job. When it's peeing it down, nobody ever says that to me. In the summertime, you will come to realise that your worst enemy is the horseflies. The amount of times I've been bitten, alas, no longer. This year, I have found the ultimate bug horsefly spray that keeps them away. Oh, rhymes. And it's this stuff. It's called Smidge, and it's incredible. It's like a cream sort of texture. It's not a spray like that Jungle Formula stuff. But unlike Jungle Formula, this smells good. This smells okay. It doesn't smell horrible like the other stuff does. It is also 8-hour waterproof protection, but it smells great. It works 100%. I recommend it. I will leave a link below if anyone wants to go and check it out. Oh, hello. Off it goes. Also, if you do get bitten by a horsefly, this stuff is your best friend. It's called Afterbite, and it's literally like a pen. Well, it's not a pen, is it? It's like a round marker thing. But yeah, you just like rub that on the wound and Bob's your uncle. Off you go. You're fine. This stuff is amazing. I will also leave a link if anyone wants to go and check that out. Don't know if anyone does, but there we go. Number 11. Wear whatever the hell you want to wear. It's great not to have to wear a uniform or a suit or whatever. You can just wear any old top. And it was funny, the other day I looked in my wardrobe and half of the stuff in there is dog walking tops and dog walking clothes. I was like, I don't actually have any nice tops. You have to be prepared for your clothes to get a little bit ruined, you know, full of dog slobber and dog hair. Sometimes I look down at my clothes and I'm like, I think I've got more dog hairs on me than the actual dog. And also your car is going to get a little bit ruined as well. It's going to be fluff and dirt and everything everywhere. Even though I've got like seat protectors and stuff, it's still going to get a little bit ruined. Number 12, this kind of jumps back to being self-employed, but customers not paying you. Sometimes communication between customers is a little bit difficult. You just got to chase them down because they will pay you in the end. And also with customers, and I love my customers, I really do, but sometimes you do get last minute communications. So for example, you come home from a day of walking and you sit down with a cup of tea and you're just like, oh, I can relax. And then someone might be like, oh, could you walk my dogs now? And I'm like, okie dokie. Okay, I'll leave my tea here. And the last one is, I'm not only a dog walker, but I also look after cats and rabbits and guinea pigs and stuff. Just a word of warning, if you're ever looking after cats, you gotta be prepared for, you know, dead mice or live mice. I've had cats that bring live mice into the house and dump them on the kitchen counter before, and I'm like, oh my god. You gotta be prepared to clear up dead birds. I've done that before. And also, you know, mouldy, maggoty food. Fun. Obviously there are so many positives about being a dog walker, like getting to know your customers. I have the best customers ever. One of my customers actually offered to walk my dogs for me when I was unwell once. I was like, that's very sweet of you. Unfortunately, I can't let you do that. Obviously, a massive benefit is exercise. I get exercise every single day. The last thing I want to quickly mention is that dog walking has really helped me with time management. I was awful at managing my time before, but now I'm a boss at it. I really am. I've got it down to a T. Unless I'm caught in traffic or other, you know, road closures or anything. There's plenty of them around Milton Keynes, isn't there? I don't know if this is just me as a dog walker, but I get really excited and really happy when a dog does a wee and a poo on the same walk, and I'm like, yes, hit the jackpot with this one. Well done, mate, you done good. So there we have it. There is the truth behind being a dog walker. There's good points and there's bad points, just like with every job. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe if you wanna, because I make new videos every single Wednesday, and I will see you in the next one.